Hello, welcome to the Mandela Effect Equals Enlightenment. My name is Dale DuFay. I'm at a job site. This is my future home. I'm renovating this entire mobile home, which is about 54 feet long and 14 feet wide. It's a small one, but it's so old and decrepit and contaminated, we have to strip it down to the bare metal from the ground up. We still have to take the ceiling out with the contaminated insulation. But I've been doing videos and documenting this on my personal channel, and I urge you to check it out. And it has nothing to do with the Mandela effect, but it has everything to do with the job that Mary and I are doing. And we're gonna both live here when it's complete. It was supposed to be just a quick job, but it turned out to be major. But the point I'm getting at, and it's kind of appropriate that it's storm and thunderstorm here, is the point I'm getting at is I'm doing this in every reality. In every reality this trailer exists, in every reality I am working on it. And that's what's really fascinating about the Mandela effect. And also, like, appropriate that it's storming because this storm is happening in every reality as well. We know that weather is parallel. Everything is. We can look up historic weather events and see they happened in every reality for the most part. So that's really fascinating when you think about it. But I also want to talk about, we've been following the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, and that's fascinating too. It brought up a point as far as I'll post pictures of it in this video, but the point about that is it was so planned and so well thought out that you can guarantee that it went like that without a hitch in every single reality. And in fact, she died in every reality, no doubt, because of her age. We know that Nelson Mandela didn't perish at the same time in every reality. We know that some realities he perished in prison. In some realities he was liberated from prison and ascended to presidency of South Africa, like in this reality. And the reality I recall as well. So we all have our own memories, each of our soul portions. That's the important thing to remember and realize about the Mandela effect, is revealing that our souls are splintered and fractured. And everything is, including, not saying that the thunderstorms have souls, but the weather events, regardless of the size of the earth and the geography, happen in every single reality. So that's really fascinating, you think about it. But it's important to realize our souls are splintered and fractured. Even though we're a whole one as an individual, we still have all these, who knows how many, perhaps infinite realities where we exist in and never even realized it. In fact, even knowing about it, you don't realize it. But it is amazing. It does help explain a lot of things about why we humans do the things we do, why we have to practice, why we have to, concentrate. When we don't, everything, then every portion of your soul is in disarray, perhaps, But when you plan things out, like this job, and go precisely as the drawn plans are, and follow everything, procedures, think about it, and concentrate, then every guaranteed to happen in every reality. Here's a half-inch scale plan where every half inch equals a foot. Try to pan out here where you can see it, the whole thing. But there's, on the south end, we have the 2 bedrooms, bathroom, utility corridor, kitchen, and living room. So this plan was drawn by every replica version of myself that's sharing my soul and is also experiencing the Mandela effect in every single reality. And that's what's amazing. That's why we are able to do things. That's why 2 people in about 3 weeks has done all this demo and construction already. We already have this floor well underway, the subfloor. And we've been integrating it with the steel and making it way better than it used to be, because it used to, the floor joists were 2 by 6, so they laid right on top of the framework. So the ceiling clearance was real low. In fact, the new doors would actually touch the ceiling. But by integrating it into the steel, and that makes more clearance. So we almost have a 90-inch ceiling, which is appropriate. It's much better. So, but I know this is happening in every single reality that I exist in. And, that's what's really amazing about the Mandela effect. And getting back to the Queen's funeral, again, I couldn't help but think, the pageantry and the history and everything. That's why I followed it so close, is the history. I mean, they make us Americans look like kindergartners. They've been around 1,000 years or so. And many of their buildings, historic buildings, are 900 to 1,000 years old. And I couldn't help but really examine that and realize that that's the case in every single reality. And that because the funeral was so precisely planned out for many years, because of that, and the practice they did, and the procedures, and the pageantry, and all that, was all done in every single reality. Yeah, this is some pretty good thunderstorm here. Again, I realize that the storm is happening in every reality, and it's quite amazing when you think about it. So that's the point I'm getting out on this video, is if you really concentrate real hard on any given thing and really put thought into it, then you know that every replica version of yourself that's been sharing your soul for your whole life, since the day you were born, is doing the exact same thing as you are, or you're doing the exact same thing they are. It's really amazing. It's what makes us flow. I always liken it to a roll of film. Each frame is a reality in that film. And there are some realities that may be a frame ahead of you or a frame behind you. There's no first portion of your soul leading and driving. It's all in a loop, just like the film. And then I liken it also to film as the quantum entanglement. Without the film, there'd be no movie. Without quantum entanglement, there'd be no life. And that's what we're finding out. That's what the Mandela effect's showing us. This, again, it's not me telling you. It's the Mandela effect showing us. It's really fascinating. So, did Queen Elizabeth II die in the same day in every reality? I'm going to say yes. Did the funeral occur in every single reality? I'm going to say yes, only because it was so well planned and practiced. Just like everything that's planned and practiced, all the important things are in every reality. Of course, there's going to be hiccups. Of course, there's variations and differences that we're bound to see. We've gotten used to that. And of course, there's going to be. But the outcome always remains the same. You have to realize that. That's why, whether Nelson Mandela was a martyr or a president of South Africa, it didn't matter. The geopolitical situation in South Africa remains identically the same. But in this same thing here, my soul portion, the one I'll have, the one that has my memories, the one that will remain with me forever, knows that I'm doing this in every single reality. All the other portions of my soul that are also experiencing the Mandela effect. When I shift into my soul portion shifts into another reality, all my other ones do at the exact same time, just like musical chairs, except without the elimination. I don't know, I thought it might be cheesy doing this video in the storm, but it's kind of cool. We don't have much light set up yet. Again, we got to tear down the ceiling and everything. But it's just really interesting to realize, things like that. And one of my favorite hiccups that happened in history is, Winston Churchill. And they brought him up a lot during the Queen's funeral. That about, I always remember that speech he gave. We will fight on the beaches speech to Parliament, where he said, we'll never surrender. He says, we will never surrender here. But I'll never forget, because it's my memory, I'll always have it. It'll remain with me my whole life. I'll always remember him saying, capitulate never, because of the way he said it. He would say, capitulate never. And I used to always, say that on jobs and things like that. I would always repeat it because it was so profound. And here he didn't say it, but it's still the speech. It didn't lose the flavor of the speech. It still remained and still infamous and famous and things like that. But it was more profound when he, said capitulate. They didn't want to use it here in these realities simply because, it was a French word, and the French had just surrendered to the Nazi. So, it's interesting. It's everything that, remains the same, the outcome and everything. Our lives, for the most part, I know that's my case. Every reality I will find myself, my soul portion that I always have with my memories, find myself in, it's virtually identical. I've made the same decisions, same life, same history, same everything. I'm doing this job in every reality because it's being thought out, and it's a major job, and it's getting done, you know. So it's amazing what the progress is going on here. Of course, we were working outside here until the rain had to happen, so we had to quick cover up the portion we weren't finished yet. So, but this part, the front part's all finished, so you can check it. So it's pretty amazing, and just to know that, you know, like I said, if I was woke up in another reality, because the shifts seem to occur when we're in an REM sleep. At least I know that's my case. I know everybody, you know, my case ain't typical, but in my case, I noticed it happens during REM, which would make sense. That would be the time where all your soul portions are in sync. Again, the Mandela effect explains why REM sleep is necessary. Without it, we couldn't function. Why do we have it? Nobody knows, except those of us that are affected with the Mandela effect. We know why we have REM sleep. It's essential. That's the only time in the day when our soul portions are all in sync. So think about that, and that's obviously important. Many things the Mandela effect's revealing. You know, I could talk on and on about it, but I did want to concentrate on the reality that every single reality, no doubt, the Queen died. The Queen had the elaborate 12-day mourning period with a culminating with an incredible funeral. So, you know, that's something that you know for sure happened in every reality. So, anyway, knowing all this can really help us. It helps me, I know that. When I don't always think about it, but when I'm concentrating on something, I stop and think, well, I know all the other portions of my soul that are in, you know, coalesced in replica versions of myself are thinking the exact same thing, concentrating on the exact same thing, doing the exact same thing that I am, or I'm doing the exact same thing they are. It's something that we all have to realize. We got our shop set up here pretty good, all our tools and all that, and we've been getting some really good donations from people, and we really appreciate that. And I'm really sorry I don't allow comments. Please forgive me for that. Soon I'll try and get the comments open, but you know, it's hard, especially keeping up with them and replying to them, especially with this job going on now. It's very difficult to maintain a channel. Plus, I got another personal channel that you're free to look up. Please look in the description box below, and the link's right there. And it has, you know, we got 22 videos already documenting 22 days thus far on this job. So it's been over 3 weeks. And we got a lot done because obviously, because this place was a mess inside and out. You wouldn't believe what we found underneath it, but we got the whole underneath the trailer cleaned out and mostly gutted for the most part. We didn't want to remove the ceiling till after the subfloor was in for safety reasons, because the old floor you could fall through in places. So anyway, I just want to bring that point out. I thought it'd be a good time to do a quick video, keep in touch with you guys. I also have another channel that's basically a runoff from the terras of the Milky Way channel, and it's called Plurality of Earth, and I haven't done a video recently on that. And again, please forgive me for not allowing comments. I'm really sorry about that. I know that used to turn me off, you know, when I had found a channel that didn't allow comments. So I really understand if you don't want to subscribe or listen to the video or watch it or anything. I totally understand, but please forgive me. I know 90% of the comments were very positive, but again, it's hard to have time to reply, and it's very difficult to get the hate comments that were constant, you know, because people, you know, they want to find, you know, they want to make this Mandela effect sinister, and that's the, you know, videos they want to watch. You know, some people don't want to hear the reality that the Mandela effect is actually, regardless of who perpetrated it or why it's happening, the point I'm getting out of it for sure is what it's revealing. And it's revealing incredible things about why about humans, period. It's revealing incredible things about life, period. Everything is parallel. Everything, and all things, including televisions, the automobiles, everything are made from the earth. So the earth being parallel as it is, and makes, that basically makes all animate and inanimate objects parallel in every reality, for the most part. I know there's variations and differences and whatnot. So with that, I thank you for listening and watching, and we'll talk at you later. Love you.